Hey, it's Dan. Welcome back to iAllegedly. I have a good one for you today. This is almost unbelievable. There is something new out there. Buy now, pay later for rent. Buy now, pay later rent. What a recipe for disaster. Please like this video. Please subscribe to this video. Don't forget, if you guys want to take advantage and check out the uh, iAllegedly live channel, which is all the uncensored stuff. We have a free trial where you can see it for absolutely free and no sign up on newvideos.com. So go check that out and search iAllegedly, but let's get right into it. Buy now, pay later rent. This is a recipe for disaster. Buy now, pay later is a very simple process, guys. You go out and you want to purchase something, usually from $50 to $1,000, and you can then go out and you can have nothing down and have it deferred. And it's different than your credit card because they can do certain things and break it down into a couple payments, 3 payments. And if you keep the payments, you have little or no interest for these transactions. And the companies that you do business with pay the initial fee to have the luxury of having this system. Well, no, there's a company called Affirm, which is one of the companies that does this routinely, and they are messing with buy now, pay later rent. And I'm like, God, that is a horrible idea. It's because, again, we have all been there. We've all been strapped. We've all been had months where we just weren't doing well and, needed a break. The idea with this is that this is a pattern, and people get themselves into a rut where they are going to be behind constantly and they will never get caught up. And as I started to research this, and they said, hey, wouldn't it be great to break your rent up into 2 payments? Now, one time I had a landlord that did this, and it was the 1st and 15th. And I actually enjoyed it at that point because it was just great. Here you go, here's your money. And then, hey, I hate this. This comes to me one day. You've got to pay everything on the 1st, and none of this 2 payments anymore. Do you understand? Okay, fine. So I did that and changed it, but it sure was convenient to do that, and there was no problem with that. Now in Australia, weekly rent, guys. You can make your monthly payment or you can have weekly rent payments. All of the rent is based on a weekly payment in Australia, which is kind of a funky thing that they do. Now, where this creates a problem for people is that in this world where people are strapped and they have no money right now, what they're doing is they're trying to come up with creative ways to keep you in the house and get you in the house. But if you don't have your rent payment, which is basically about 62% of everybody's budget every month, you're financially upside down. You're doomed with this. Now, oh, it's crazy. It's absolutely nuts because premise of this is very simple. Make the payments on time, you won't pay any interest. The problem with it is the majority of the people that do this, it started at about 20%, and now it's well over 40% of the people that have these payments are behind on them, and that's what the banks and Affirm and Klarna and all these other companies are doing. So I started to research this, and I'm like, what a horrible idea. Well, there are companies out there. One of them is called Zip. And I'm not slamming on Zip because it's a thriving enterprise, but what Zip does is they will break your rent into 4 payments, pay a little fee for that, and they will pay your rent, and then you pay them back. Well, what's going to happen is you're going to have people that are gangsters and criminals, and they know that they're not going to have the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th payment, and they're just going to get in there, and then it's going to be Zip's problem. And that's the problem that you're seeing financially right now. People do not have the money to afford this lifestyle. I went to a Trader Joe's before I filmed here and was shocked at the prices for food, meat, and everything. It is outrageous right now what a steak costs. To buy a steak at Trader Joe's for $20, to go out and to see chunks of chicken. I like to buy the pre-cooked chicken for Rosie to give her a treat every now and then. And I'm like, I'm not doing that for $16. It's insane. I'll go buy chicken and cook it and chop it up and give her a treat that way. It is beyond what anybody can afford to pay for right now. This is such a bad financial plan for people to get themselves into, because if you don't have your rent, you have nothing. You're behind, and you cannot afford the lifestyle that you have. Now, I've been there, guys. I was just thinking about this because I reminded a friend about this. When I was a single dad with 2 kids and had $138 available credit on one of my credit cards, the other ones were already maxed out. But I knew that. And because I was so tight financially and was so worried about things, I would sit there and go to the store, and I'd walk into Walmart, buy them food, get their list of what they wanted, and sit there, okay, 16, 18, 22, 26, plus tax equals this. And then, okay, my 138 is now 104. And I kept it that tight. Now, no, I'll just go buy now, pay later. Why worry about that? Because it's not a way to live, guys. Wasn't getting ahead during that time. I could have gotten deeper into debt during that time. That's what nobody wants to sit there and talk about. The highest percentage of people that are over 50 years old right now do not have a retirement right now. That is awful. One of my favorite houses in Corona Del Mar, with all the water damage they're fixing. This thing has been in and out of foreclosure, and they wanted, at the peak, $36 million for that house. And again, I get to walk in front of it with no backyard, that little tiny yard right there. It's got a pool back there too that you can splash in. I'm sure you get some quality people out there. But again, major water damage. My friend Doug posted this house for foreclosure on 3 separate occasions. And then it finally was purchased by somebody who spent an entire boatload of money to fix the water damage. So enjoy. But again, you can live amongst the pretty people. I know? So, I digress. People right now are completely upside down financially. As we enter 2026, I found you a great article about how you're seeing more and more people getting 84-month car loans right now. Well, this will solve the problem, Dan, with affordability. It will just lower the payments and extend it out. The only problem is a car is not like buying gold that's going to hold its value. It's going to go down the second you drive it off the lot. Why do you think I spent 7 weeks looking for that car that I just bought to save 10 grand? Okay? Yeah. Okay? Oh, not everybody can do that. Well, yeah, you should do that. Everybody should do that. So, the greatest thing ever, 3 years ago. Buy now, pay later for pizza. Okay? You can make 2 and 3 payments on that pizza you buy today. I wanted to try it, and then I thought, no, I don't want to screw up my credit. I don't want to do this for $40 frickin' dollars. So, what do you guys think about this? Isn't this nuts? So, Zip will allow you to make 4 payments on your rent. The only problem is, I think his name is Matt Schultz, the CEO of Lending Tree, said, well, this is going to create a problem where you're going to have more and more people that will be paying off last month's bills this month. And they're going to have a cycle of debt. So, okay, keep going. Notice there's no idea of a fix for this. Well, the fix is make more money and spend less. It's the old Ozempic thing that I can't stand. I'll just take a pill and it'll fix my weight problem. Well, why don't you move, Tubby? Eat less. Oh, that's terrible, Dan. No, it's not. Because everybody knows it's in shape, including me losing 8 pounds already this year, is the fact that I've exercised all the time and eat less and change my diet. Okay? These lots right here, this one and this one, were both $7 million a piece. And they're building one large home on that. Isn't that crazy? So, that make it a $25, $30 million house? Who knows? The house next to it, which these people are going to be really pissed off. was what we called the Titanic house, because they built a house. See how it's triangle like that? Well, it's got the triangle deck out front, and we always said that people would go out there and act like they were Kate Winslet with Leo. And but the only problem is you're going to now have a house block your view. So talking about potential lawsuit, that'll be fun, don't you think? So look at the big glass doors they just opened up. Isn't that beautiful? It's going to be amazing. All right, it makes some do re mi to own that. But again, the problem with this, I'm telling you guys, when I was young, my dream is to live on Ocean Boulevard. I'm going to have a house here. Come here on the weekends. It is hell. It's everybody that doesn't live here, that doesn't want to go down to the beach down there. They want to park up in front of your house. And then you guys like me walk in here with a camera. I don't care if that's $50 million and it's done. I still get to go film in front of it because this is a public park right here. Isn't that crazy? There is a wealth tax problem here in California where the wealthy are fleeing. Billionaires are fleeing. And this is designed so based on your assets. Like the guy from Google, Sergey, that just bailed, he has 40% of the controlling, 30% of the controlling stock in Google, but he owns 3% of the company. They're not basing his wealth in the 3% of the company. It's on that 30% voting share. It's just convoluted shenanigans where these guys are like, why would I pay you guys $40 million for the state of California? All you have is homelessness. You have all these people that cannot afford, um, they cannot afford to run this state. They have so much money that they've pissed away on the bullet train and on everything else that they're doing that. Now, the next one is New York City. New York City has its state tax, and what it used to be was that you had to spend 184 days away from your state. And I know I got a wealthy guy in my life that I know. I deal with business, and he lives in Florida most of the time. Okay, that's great. The idea with this is that he has residency in Florida, so he doesn't have to pay state taxes here when he comes back. New York is getting a little more stringent with their rules. What they're doing is they're telling people, shots, we're not in the sunshine, guys. There. New York is making people show, if you, let's say you leave New York and you were paying taxes there before, that's not good enough to say you live in Florida or another state that doesn't have the taxes. You better register to vote. You better have a driver's license there. You better have electricity bills and power bills and things like that. Hey, F off, New York. Is that your business? Well, it is, because the tax man's coming. So you can sit there and say that you're not a citizen of New York anymore, but that's a problem. The tide is incredibly low right now, and with the tide being low, you get things like stingrays out there, and there's all these sightings and all these people getting stung when the tide's really low like that because people don't shift their feet in the sand. So again, it's exciting, guys. It's exciting. One thing I covered a little earlier is, don't forget, we have the private channel iAllegedly Live, which is all the uncensored content I love doing. But there's a free trial that you can check out on newvideos.com, and you can post and share your videos there. But it's free for the next couple days, and so far so good. Everybody likes it. It was getting some good feedback and comments on it. But check it out today and just search iAllegedly, or I put the links in yesterday's video. I put the links to the latest videos, so check it out. Let me know what you think, and you can see some of the videos for free before you want to sign up for it. So check it out. What else? Let's end this with something good. Bitcoin. Two things. Francesca's, the female women's store chain, they just filed bankruptcy. And what's funny is I get all these great different places for news and stuff. Women's Fashion Daily. Hello, what's that? Well, they just showed me the Francesca story that this entire store chain is going out of business. You're going to see more and more malls down for the count, done, finished, than you've ever seen in your life. Steak and Shake just bought $10 billion worth of Bitcoin. Well, that's diversification, isn't it? $10 billion worth of Bitcoin. Isn't that crazy? Hey guys, don't forget our temporary email is iAllegedly@gmail.com. I think this is the last day of that. But send me your story, send me anything you want to do with communication, and I'll talk to you soon. Okay? Onward and upward, guys.